should have won. One didn't. So I know Oz focused hard enough. Maybe he's got it. We'll see. Let's go to the final game here of today's GSL Code S. Where one nerd moves on, one nerd is out. In the bottom right, certain location in the red, holding off a 5-Rax rush, we have
FX OG.
And in the upper left starting location, in the blue, we have our Terran player, so young but so deadly. Will he win this round? We'll see. He is
Maru Brown.
Maru.
All right.
With his futuristic dog tags on now.
Yeah, someone needs to tell him about posture. This is actually like...
You're like saying that right now as we're both hunched over?
That's true, but I mean, this is a young kid and his coach needs to look into this for him.
We'll be using canes by next year.
I gotta go read on carpal tunnel prevention, tasteless, make an informative video.
You know, for reviewers, a lot of people do get carpal tunnel.
It's a career ender, man. You have to go and undergo expensive.
I believe that the number one you want to have is have your wrist the right height at the table. Correct?
Yes, and I know for a fact the way he's doing it is wrong. That's like
let me try. Yeah, okay. So if you hold your arm up slightly and you bend your wrist forward and try to just pretend you're playing a piano, but you can actually feel the tension.
Yeah, it's not
the
good
tendons. It's not good for you. Let me see it. I don't. It's more bad.
You want level. You want it to be level as far as I understand.
You can also get it. I actually got tendonitis briefly, but I've never had carpal.
Well, anything is scary, man. You don't want injuries.
All right. Interestingly enough, the map that Maru picks is the one he has a losing win rate on.
But, you know, overall, against Protoss, he feels pretty comfortable here, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
And let's see. You know, dropship play can be quite good here. Protoss gets spread out a little bit thin as they try to take their third base on this map normally.
Yeah.
2 bases, normally not such a big deal, but 3, it can be tough. If your stalkers are a little bit out of position, your main, while you're watching like a force dart in towards your third.
Yeah, if they get those rocks torn down, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you drop 3-4 medevacs of units in there. Doesn't matter how many stalkers you left in the base. You're not going to hold it. And Oz actually doing a very interesting building. It's double gas and double gate. So,
notice he only has 2 in each gas.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to do something stalker-based with some pressure. Now, there are some cool older builds that we've seen in the past with 2-gate pressures. Specifically, Nanoa came up with one a while back. Actually, it might have been Sake that came up with it, but I remember watching Nanoa do it.
Sake or Sase?
Sake.
Sake, okay.
But anyways, I do recall Nanoa using it a lot and actually stealing from him at one point, where you pressure with like a really funny amount of units at a really funny time, where it's like maybe 4 stalkers, a zealot, and a sentry or something like that, and it can throw your opponent off. But instead, actually, as that SCV leaves, he throws down a Nexus. So
that's interesting.
Well, he still has the double gas. I wonder why he went for the double gate. Okay, he's getting sentries very quickly here. We might be seeing one of these 6-gate or 4-gate pressure timings where he's going to use sentries to nullify repair on bunkers.
Oh, SCV sees it.
All right, Maru's going to have a little bit better idea of what's going on, especially if he sees these sentries pop out.
A lot of everybody's builds today getting caught. Yeah. Not much of an element of surprise in today's GSL Code S.
Well, he was more afraid of Reaper or Factory Float than he was afraid of anything else, like being scouted. Oh, and we're going to see a Robo. Okay, it looks like it's
Warp Prism?
It could be the Warp Prism, but I'm actually kind of feeling like we are going to see an Immortal Pressure, where you actually just go with 2 Immortals and start busting down bunkers. This is an interesting build order. Not necessarily an interesting strategy, but the order of buildings, literally, which he is doing, is not one that I've seen.
Note he's checking everywhere for anything hidden, like a Banshee. A Starport with a Tech Lab for a Banshee, checking the outskirts of his base. All right, when the Warp Robo finishes, we're going to see what this is. I would love to see a Warp Prism build, though. Nope, Observers. I can't have nice things here, Joseph.
I like the Observer first. It might still be that Tasteless because you know the Observer's going to set the path for where and what he can do. And a Forge going down. Interesting build order. Okay, so it's almost impossible to tell exactly what this guy wants. Could be a Colossus build. Because of that quick Forge, he might be going for plus attack to help out those Colossi. But yeah, Oz basically has a... okay, 4 gases he's going to build. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it would be a Colossus build.
Yeah, it has to be. It just has to be Tasteless. In fact, he's getting armor. And now
oh my god, a Twilight Council. We don't know what the hell's going on in this game.
This is just like a really weird order of buildings. It's It's not standard in any way. Oz has figured out a way that he likes to build the buildings and where he feels comfortable, which is fine. But when the buildings are built in a way that I've never seen, it's hard to predict.
Okay, the second Observer's coming up now. Be careful, don't fly over those. If he sees it, he'll scan and kill you. And now Parks right on top of that Zanaga Watchtower. Uh-oh, he sees it. You know, some of these players are getting so good at just shooting down the Observer.
Yeah, it's an important thing to do. Man, oh my god, this Marine stim and actually take
Oh my god!
Oh my god, indeed. Wow, 2 Forest Fields, a Sentry, and a Stalker killed for basically a stim. Really well done. Look at that.
Templar Archives coming up here now with Zealot legs for charge.
Oh, and a bunch more gateways. 4 more, in fact. So he's going up to 7 gates. So it looks like we might just see a Archon Zealot timing attack.
That could be good.
Yeah, well, what's it's going to be really good against is specifically this push-out timing that we're seeing basically every Terran in the world do with the 2 medevacs.
Right.
Is while he's still on the map, Oz wants to be able to surround and kill that army off if possible. And the charge a little under halfway done here.
Setting up the pylon for the bust here. All right, will he see this Observer? No. So Protoss is going to be ready for the defensive mode until the leg upgrade is done.
Those Templars, if he can actually feedback medevacs, that's huge.
Yeah, you can see he doesn't want to make him do an Archon just yet, just in case, but he'll probably do it now after this drop comes up here. Remember, it's not a lot of Stalkers in this army, guys. So that's, even if you see the medevac drop coming, it doesn't mean there's a whole lot you can actually do.
Nice pylon placement allows him to see that, so he should get into position now. But Maru does have 2 areas with units in the front and trying to hover around and find a way to land in the main base. Meantime, he's taking 2 more bases, it looks like, Tasteless.
Wow.
Kind of cool.
All right, more barracks being planted here.
He's going to have +2 armor on his Zealots pretty soon as well. And Storm on the way instead of an Archon.
Oh, nice feedback. Double feedback there.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Perfectly done.
But now dropping into the main. If he can run down here and kill these Templars, it's going to be bad news as well. Nope, not in enough time.
Wow, very nicely done. Double feedback into Archon. Find those Zealots to get some additional damage done. And he has basically held off all of these attacks. Now,
yeah, the feedbacks are perfect.
One thing I have to say is, yeah, maybe you can do some damage here. Well, hold on. Yeah, he's got to get out of there. So, Tasteless, maybe you can do some damage against the Protoss here. Against a top-level Protoss, probably not really. But basically, when you have a Protoss that's just sitting on 2 bases, you cannot drop them easily. You shouldn't drop them easily. You should drop them when they're moving out and stuff like that.
Not a Terran player, a Protoss player that's as good as this one. I think you should drop if he leaves.
Yeah, if he leaves, if he takes a 3rd, then he might be a little bit too thin. But if he's on 2 bases...
He saw the Templars. He knows that, feedback is a possibility. It's pretty elementary now to have Templars in the places where they're going to drop.
Unless there's a problem with your opponent's skill or the balance of the game, you should not, on 2 bases, be able to just pick apart a 2-base player.
All right, he's healing up now. And, now the map domination has been given to Oz.
Yeah, and not just that. 1-1 on the way from Maru. Well, we have +1 attack on the way for Oz, who has +2 armor. So his armor upgrade is going to be just worth a ton against Maru's army.
All All right, Protoss does not know about that hidden expansion.
Oh!
Okay, that was not very exciting. He turned into an Archon.
He did have Storm. I think he just hit the wrong button.
Maybe.
He could have, if he had stormed all those Marines. Imagine what this game could look like right now. It could look bloody.
All right, Maru continuing to mass up units, scanning down here to see where the Templars are. Takes a small group of units. Nice, forcing the Protoss to storm his own army.
Targeting down this Archon, and he gets it. Trying to get a High Templar as well. A no-go, though.
Zealots are not going to let that happen.
Right, the army comes in, though, as they used up their charge. Nicely done.
All right. Can you double check Artosis? He does not know about the hidden base at the top center, right? Protoss.
No, he does not.
Okay. So right now, Protoss probably thinks he has a substantial lead since he had the Nexus at that expansion for a while now.
He thinks right now that the third base is going up for Maru. But, you know, there really hasn't had too much happen at that top base by Maru. He hasn't actually mined all that much. Just a few mules.
All right, so getting some more pylons here. The supply is dead even right now.
You know,
also
really
making
cool
some cannons here. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a Zealot Templar mix, and Maru continues to push bunkers forward. Because obviously those are good against both of those units.
Yeah, you can't storm a bunker.
No. And, I mean, it's just extra hit points against the Zealots.
He's got to be careful. You can see he's being very smart about his scans. We're going to have a snipe. All right, that one shaved off a little bit of the hit points over there in the corner.
Not all that effective.
Now he's managed to maintain the center of the map, so it's going to be harder to surprise that army with Templars feedbacking anything.
And,
he found the expansion.
Oh, nicely done by Oz. It's going to be annoying.
Spreading out these Templars now. Uh-oh, he's going to get blindsided.
Oh, big side storms. He's going to have to actually be very careful now. Has to wait for all that to heal up before doing any engagements. That's a lot of damage that was dealt. Now also, Oz has to watch out about that fourth base that we have found recently. He can't let that stay up in mining. And look at this. He's just getting ready for it. He's going to go.
All right, here we go. EMP is coming down here. Stimming and running away.
Oh, big EMPs.
Nice.
Oh, sick EMPs. And that's going to really help against these Zealots, but, that force field not any good.
Yeah, actually, both force fields not good. Actually blocking the Zealots off from the Marines in that case.
He hit enough EMPs there, and Oz losing a big chunk of his army.
Also noted the expansion, a lot of SCVs were killed off by these two Zealots we see over here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. Quite a few. Look at that. 19 killed. That is absolutely huge. Really hurting the economy of Maru. Now, as far as upgrades go, we do have 2-2 with +3 armor, almost done for Oz. We have 2-1 for Maru with +2 armor, over halfway done.
And it's about 68 probes to 55 SCVs, so fairly even economically.
He is warping and Zealots to attack this fourth base of Maru. Maru's going to have to send his army up there, which may give Oz the high ground if he wants it.
Oz better bum rush the center right now. More Zealots coming down here, though. Oh, and Maru's turning around.
Oh, boy. Oz is going to take that high ground. Very important.
Our SCV.
It's almost maxed out now.
Yeah, the fourth base is just not going to do it.
These little Zealots being made in little groups and sent to the expansions are actually going to win Oz the game, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's sending another little group to the third of Maru. Maru is going to be on top of that one,
though. Ooh, okay, he's going to back up. The orbital's been lifted. It looks like Maru's going to try to take the middle location here, which is going to be tough because Protoss controls the high ground location over there. Oh, smart.
Nice storm there. Spreading his High Templars out much like Parting has in the past.
All right, assuming it's a small number. They want to turn it into an Archon, but they can't. Scanning over here at the Zanaga Watchtower.
Doesn't have any High Templars with that group. They're all on the side. Nice side storm going off. Another nice side storm going off. Very painful there for Maru. Right now he's way down supply by 30.
Oh, this is getting bad.
It really is, but he's EMP'd and hurt the Zealots a lot.
I mean, can he cape a fourth base over here? I don't know, guys. The fourth base in the middle is probably the hardest location to hold in the map. But you can see what he's trying to do is he's trying to keep his third base and his fourth base close together. A lot of posturing over here.
Right now, Oz's economy is getting out of control. Tasteless. He has that 4th base.
Can you check to see if Maru knows about the 4th base for Oz?
No, he actually doesn't.
He actually doesn't. That's huge.
Yeah, that's going to be really difficult.
He could have dropped that a while ago.
Well, right now, Oz, I mean, he's got an insane economy. He's switching into Colossus tech. And as soon as he gets a couple of those out, it's going to be lights out for Maru, who's so heavily invested into ghosts. In fact, right now he has, with this army, 12 ghosts.
Damn. Yeah, the Colossus is going to be so helpful here. And note he's getting more gateways as well with that 4th base. The 4th base for Maru, Maru, not really being mined right now.
Oh, by the way.
Nice snipe.
Yeah, nice snipe indeed. Oh, good feedback. Really good ones. In fact, you get 3 ghosts. You normally don't see
another feedback.
And, I mean, this was big, Tasteless. There's a lot of ghosts left with a lot of EMPs. There's a Colossus out, and
I don't know if this Colossus can meet up with that army easily. All right, he needs to evacuate from there and go to the high ground. Oh, EMP right on the sentries and on the Archon.
Sick EMPs here by Maru, canceling out that Oz base.
I don't know if he should be doing this, but we'll see. Nice force field there.
Maru gonna back up for now.
More Zealots coming over here to the expansion. He's gonna hit these SCVs.
Oh, that could be a problem. The economy of Maru is suffering a bit here. He does have only 53 SCVs against 79 probes.
That's such a good storm.
Oh man, that's painful.
He preempted that storm right there. So now you're actually gonna keep going forward a little bit further.
And his medevacs are basically all out of energy right now, Tasteless.
Well, Maru has not been able to stop the Protoss player Oz from taking the upper right location. See, this is just... I don't know if Maru can deal with this. There's just so many Zealots. Oh my god, EMP as he's attacking that location.
EMPs, huge EMPs. Very scary army for Oz. A lot of it being taken out right now. In fact, the Colossus is going down as well.
Damn, that's... Oh my god, but more Zealots now hitting all the expansions here. Maru, again, getting his worker count reduced so greatly.
That's right, but he has a huge Deathball army right now, whereas most of Oz's supply is more in probes and Zealots around the map that are harassing it.
All right, he's going to wait for the Colossus to come up to the high ground, and they're there now. Again, more Zealots just shredding up these SCVs. The income here, not very good for Maru.
So much, though.
He has held on to this expansion no matter what. I don't know, man. That death ball is pretty scary.
Yeah, he still has 12 ghosts in it. They don't have a lot of energy, and everything's pretty badly hurt. But
Medevac's also not with much energy here. Warping in a bunch of Zealots now.
Huge warp in to go with his.
But there's no anti-air, so he can just fly out. I don't know why these Colossi are over there.
He might actually drop.
He might just drop on the Colossi.
Oh, no, 2 more Colossi join up. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so Maru right now.
I think Maru may lose Artosis.
Yeah, he's got a shattered economy. He's got half the SCVs against Oz's probes. Oz right now. Well, Oz is only actually mining from 1 base. He's remaking that additional base. Maru mining from 1 base as well, and he's got mules. So his production is going to stay up reasonably well with Oz. But Oz's army is like the scariest thing you've ever seen. It's all Archons and Colossus with a few charge lots in it.
All right, he's moving in now. He's trying to go for a kill move. Is this a good idea? We're going to find out. The turret now hitting the Colossi. The turret now going down.
And can he spread and actually kill this army off? If he kills the rest of the Archons, he might have enough to actually kill the Colossi. And
actually, it's not clear. You know, with the Vikings here, they can hit the Colossi pretty easily.
That's right. Only a couple of Archons mixed in this army right now for anti-air.
The Archons are being kicked along like soccer balls by the Colossi. Or he's going to close in. He wants to do as much damage as possible before the Colossi can possibly be picked up. And I think that is it. I believe that is GG.
Yes, Stasis, you are right. It is going to have to be too many Colossi left over. Archons as well for anti-air. And Maru,
nice transition there.
Maru did a good job, but not good enough here today.
Wow, Maru, a great player, but unfortunately just not great enough. Having a substantial lead, but Oz was just too patient. And then, of course, Oz countering into the expansions with these Zealots. It's pretty perfect, actually.
Yeah, man. He has only 22 minerals left. He does have 10 in his main if he wants to bring it up to 32, but that's it. And it's not enough.
GG. Wow. Oz.
Nice game.
He's done it again.
Yeah, he's round of 8. Very well done. Maru showed great skill in this group cases, but will be dropping to Code A.
Really nicely done there by Oz. He did not have the lead As you can see, Maru crushed there, understandably so. But he's young. Still has a long pro gaming career ahead. Yeah, Oz was just too patient. Oz actually just, it's how Squirtle beat Maru as well.
Yeah. Maru put on too much pressure when Oz is on 2 base. If he's 2 base and you're 2 base and you're like, well, now I'm going to kill him with my Metavax. It's like, well, I mean, are you like a league above this guy? I don't think so. This is Oz. He should be able to hold that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's actually a problem we see with a lot of Terrans. When Protoss on 2 base, take a third.
Well, this used to work back when people were getting the hang of Metavax, and, you know.
Yeah, it took a while to counter that. And it is hard, and sometimes you will see people win like that, but that is not the best choice.
Right. So, you know, I think that although the mid and late game from Maru was very sexy, nice control, nice decision making, there were a few basic things that he was doing wrong. First of all, I don't know why he went for the 5 racks there in that location. Remember in game number 2?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's probably safer ways to do that. And game number 3, as Artosa said, and he's 100% correct about this, you need to, if they have 2 base and you have 2 base, you can stay outside their base.
Yeah, you can fake pressure.
Drop. You can't. The odds of you being able to beat somebody like Oz by dropping in 2 locations, as if Oz can't split his attention. That's what you do against the Protoss.
You have to wait till they're spread out, or they're moving out, or something like that. I mean, you don't drop on top of armies, which is his army can't be that far if he's only on 2 base.
Right. It's when you get to that 3rd base or even the 4th base when it really starts to get hard to spread them out. We're going to take a look at the results in just a second here. And I have to say, great games today.
Yeah.
Not a ton of surprises here. I think Squirtle and Oz, both very good Protoss players. Good luck to you guys as you move on. Maru is damn good, but unfortunately, you know, he just was not good enough. MC, I thought he would do a little bit better. I didn't know if he was going to get out of the group. I sort of bet he would, but I never expected him to be the guy that goes 0-2. So here's what the makeup of what we have now.
Nanoa versus MVP, parting against Oz. And we have Supernova against Hero, and Keija against Squirtle. Wow, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's next week, guys. Make sure you tune in for all that.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same time, same place here in the GSL Codes studio. By the way, guys, come down to our studio. Entry is free. And, of course, tomorrow, there's some exciting stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, off the record.
Off the record.
It'll be me and Wolf.
Yep.
Seeing Hero. Make sure you tune in for that if you want a chance to play Liquid Hero.
I think that show, just like any show, has been getting better and better and better.
We're changing it more and more. It's going to be even more different this next time.
Yeah. You know, initially we had this idea here at the GSL, but we weren't quite sure how exactly to execute it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been improving. So please continue to tune into that.
Yeah.
Give us feedback about that.
We're going to execute it better and better, and if we can't, we're going to execute it.
We're just going to terminate it. Mm-hmm. We're going to put a bag over its head and drag it to a field and shoot it in the back of the head. So
we're going to put it in a pillowcase and throw it in the Han River.
Well, Artosa's great work. And again, thank you to Wolf. I had a little bit of a fever yesterday, so I do appreciate him showing up so I could get some rest. And do you have any closing words, Artosis?
That's it,
I guess
guys.
just add us on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasis. He's Artosis. And feel free to tweet at GOMTV. For Tastosis, the Casting Archon, we'll see you guys again soon.
Didn't know how to face you, to